G'day guys, so guys bringing you episode 2 of my little mini series I guess in Frost and whether it's viable and whatnot. And if you missed out the first one, it was just pretty much all me going over random battlegrounds. Now there's nothing too special with random battlegrounds I guess, but some key things that I kind of were dwelling upon in the random battlegrounds footage was just simply the fact that it felt as if kind of just felt as if damage is in an okay place, and I was happy with that, but my concerns were really with the utility and the survivability as well as another big concern that I have and still kind of have. But on the whole, after playing for the last week in RBGs, I did some 2s. I'm still trying to chase the 3s team at the moment, but yeah, done some arenas, done some random battlegrounds, done some rated battlegrounds as you can see from this one. And on that note, my apologies for another Warzone Gulch. I'll try and mix it up. I kind of didn't even realise I just went, you know what, I'm frapsing this next rated battleground, let's go. So, ended up being Warzone Gulch again. So yeah, the concerns we were having before is just the simple fact that the Hunger and Cold just felt like there was no place for it anymore. But after playing a lot and doing my random battlegrounds, doing raideds, doing arenas, I definitely kind of get the feeling that Hunger and Cold's fine. Like the sense of being able to death grip and instantly Hunger and Cold a healer in arena and stuff like that is certainly OP. Like if you did it on a healer, obviously it can be dispelled, but yeah, I'm quite happy with what they've done. It's an understandable. Whoa. What happened there? We got warriors and mages flying all over the place. But yeah, quite happy with the Hunger and Cold change. Some key things to note, I guess, regarding it is just simply the ability to change them and root them into place. Occasionally you will get like Pallies and I think Shamans. Yeah, Pallies and Shamans are the ones I'm a little I guess weary about, but purely because they have the ability to interrupt. You have Rebuke from Pallies and the Wind Shear from Shamans. But Priests and Resto Druids, I generally have no problem. Just change them, Hunger and Cold in their face, and they can't really do anything about it. More often than not, they'll kind of panic mode. You get a good Priest and he'll try and fear you or whatnot. Or like, because people's immediate reaction is as soon as they see you casting it, they just want to run away. And generally it does trip up even Pallies and Restos sometimes, depending on how used to it they are. But more often than not, they'll just simply interrupt you, which kind of does suck. But generally we'll split the DPS and heals up, so most DPS have an interrupt of some sort these days. So we'll once I get the healer by himself, or at least by a good 10 yards or more, then I'll change them and go for the Hunger and Cold, or duke it once to try and force the Rebuke or Wind Shear. So I guess in that sense, Hunger and Cold's quite fun. I'm happy with it. I respect their decision to nerf it with a cast time. I still don't reckon that was the best way to nerf it. I don't know. I still would prefer instant and 2-minute cooldown, purely so in arenas it wouldn't really matter that much. But quite happy with how it is at the moment. Happy with the 1-minute cooldown and the cast time, which is unfortunate. But what are you going to do? There was another example. You just saw the Pally just freed him straight away and just go, I'm out skis. I still got him in the end, but I believe he either got bought out by damage or trinketed. And that's what I was talking about. Like, as you can see in this competitive environment, when you'd expect people to more so be able to kind of get your rebukes, remain calm and get your interrupts off where you need to. I guess it's just the fact that people aren't used to Frost DKs like as common yet, because clearly all the DKs I know have gone back unholy now, so I guess they don't really have too much of a place in arenas at the moment. I guess that's where Pallies and everyone is kind of getting their experience. Get a nice heal grip or Leap of Faith and then Death Grip back. 27k, that was pretty good. Got a nice flag return there. And we should be capping momentarily, I think he's about to. This actually puts us back to 2-1. We were behind, it was 1-1, but they got the final cap, so that was good. And yeah, as you can see just by the 27k crit, I know I had my Heart of Rage procced, but I don't care. 27k is still pretty good for a rated battleground. I'll take that, definitely. And yeah, utility with hunger and cold is fine. It's just a practice method. As you saw with the pally, people who just panic mode and try and run away rather than try and interrupt, which I'm still very cautious. There's another example, as you can see with the priest. He ends up trinketing and just going back to spamming heals and that. But there's another example where once you get the snare and the root, sorry, from from the Chill Brains effect, yeah, it's just GG. You can just cast in front of their face, and most priests, I reckon once they start getting used to it, you'll see a lot more fears and things like that. You'll see priests save fears for hunger and cold if they're obviously going up against that comp and they haven't already used it. Expect to get feared. I suppose in that sense I'll generally have AMS. AMS being on a 45-second cooldown is pretty good. You can pop an AMS, change them, and hunger and cold them to guarantee to get it off so they can't get feared or anything. And that's our second cap there actually, is it? I believe it is. Maybe it is our second cap there, or they end up getting it back in time. But Mina Rogue just took out that Shaman, Resto Druid, and he had a Priest heals with him as well, but that was kind of cool. Just got off some simple CC, which is all that mattered. My apologies as well for not showing you a running full BG. Let me know in the comments if you do want to see like a rated Battleground, just finish to end. I'll add the vent in there as well so you can hear us talking. But my only concern with it this time was purely the fact that it goes for like, you know, a decent amount of time. That was another example, just kind of did a quick juke to make sure no one interrupt me, and got the hunger and cold off. Just jumping on this warrior at the moment. This is our final cap here actually, and you'll see at the end got a nice 4 flag return, so I did quite well on the flag returns this one. Top damage, top KBs, it was very good, and I'm quite happy with where we are. Survivability is still a bit of a bitch. You kind of have to play your cooldown smarter, rely on your healers a bit more, but on the whole I'm not too fussed about the hunger and cold change. I guess it's just due time, you kind of get used to it and you're not as worried about it. And damage certainly at a good place as well, so that's good. As you can see here, just get our final cap and booyah. Get a nice little zoom in, 14 KBs, top damage just shy of 4 mil, and decent amount of healing, and 4 flag returns. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for some more Is Frost Survival. I'll show you some arenas and that. And let me know if you do want to see some RBGs with the vent commentary or the vent left in there, so you can hear how we talked and stuff like that. And yeah, also I have my first TGN video up. If you haven't actually checked that out, I'll have a link in the description for you. You can go down there and check that out. That'll be appreciated. And yeah, have a good one, guys. Catch you next time.